What's up, guys? Saman here from Aesthetic Progression, and this is the first time I'm kind of like doing this outdoor type shooting in a vlogging fashion, uh, using my laptop, the webcam of the laptop, to record. So please forgive the quality. Plus, sorry about the external mic as well. So this is just so that I can deliver more video to you guys, more content. I'm spending almost like 12 hours every day at school, so don't really get time to, come home and upload and do stuff like that. So just trying to make the most out of it. So today we're going to talk about this thing known as overload principles. Now, a lot of the people have heard about overload principle, but just in case if you guys have not heard about it, then it basically means, so if you're working out with a certain weight, then you're trying to progress the next time you work out, so that your body has to adapt to that specific training. So that's basically an over a principle of overload. It basically again means that you are overloading your body than what your body used to, so that the body has to adapt, and you will get some specific results. So if you are a sprinter and you do a overload principle, then you can sprint faster. If you are a power lifter and use the specific overload technique, then you can be stronger and whatnot. But a lot of people actually just think about it as upping in weight every time. So what a lot of people actually tell, and that's pretty common because that's the most basic part, but what a lot of people think is, today's, for example, if I lift 100 pounds, next week I need to lift 105 pounds, next week 110 and 15 and 20 pounds, the following week or so. Or in some serious cases, people might also increase the repetition. So for example, if I can do a certain weight for 8 repetitions today, next week I'll try to go for 9, and then the following week 10, and then up the weight, and and so on. And it's not like this principle has any, it's not accurate, or whatever the person is training is, whatever the person is doing, doesn't know what the hell they're doing. But it's something that is not very effective, and the reason is very simple. If you think about it, if you are able to increase even a 2.5 pound every week, then sooner you'll be lifting like 1,000 pounds, right? In a couple of 10-15 years, you will be lifting 1,000 pounds. But it doesn't work that way, does it? Now people will reach a plateau, and they'll be they can't lift heavier than that. Especially if if you're used to doing that 3 sets of 8 or 3 sets of 10 type of traditional bodybuilding type workout. So there is a very different ways of doing that. That's why I am making this video, because a lot of people just think that's the only way to overload. And another easy way of doing the overload principle is going to be by training by increasing your volume. What I meant by volume is, instead of upping the weight, you'll use the same weight what you used before, but then you will use a different repetition. Different number of sets. So for example, if I did 100 pounds, 3 sets of 100 pounds last week, then I'll be doing 4 sets of 100 pounds with the repetitions being the same. So what basically happens is you are actually working more load and working harder than what you did last time. So even though you're not lifting a lot of weight, you'll be lifting a lot of weight in general in the total picture of working out. So if you're using this overload principle with volume technique, then if 1 week total your liftage is going to be 50,000 pounds, then it might be 53,000 pounds, which is also a big improvement, and your body has to actually be stronger to adapt to that training. So what happens in that way is you can get a slower progression, if that makes any sense. So you can up your weight now, you can up your repetitions now, and also you can up your set. What you can also do now is going to be change your repetition, not just to higher but also to lower. So what I meant by that is going to be, if you are someone that trains always 8 to 10 repetitions, then now you can up the weight, okay, and then do maybe 5 repetitions and do maybe 5 sets. So what happens, so let me give you a quick example. So if you are doing 3 sets of 10 reps, okay, or 3 sets of 8 reps, for example, just to make it easier. 3 sets of 8 reps, that's going to be 24 repetitions, okay. Now, what you can do is going to be 5 sets of 5 repetitions with a heavier weight. So what happens is, even if you're doing 5 repetitions, okay, each set you'll be doing 5 times, so the total poundage actually is going to be 25 repetitions, and then you're also going to lift more weight because of less repetitions, so your volume will go up like that as well, and then you'll be overloading your body, and then obviously you have to go stronger to adapt, okay. And also you can do the same, keep the reps lower, sets higher. You can also overload in principle by decreasing the rest time. So a lot of people don't consider rest here. So if you're someone that used to 45 seconds of rest, if you drop it down to 30 seconds of rest, that means that your body has to adapt to recover faster, and that's also a very efficient way of getting stronger indirectly. So you can decrease the rest time, and what you can also do is you can uh, use a lot of other techniques. Okay, so that's something, that's only a few things. I know I'm missing something. I had it in my head and I just skipped over. So there are just a lot of technique of doing things differently so that your body can adapt. Okay, so it's not just sticking to one pattern. A lot of people just increase the repetition, or most of the 90% of the case they only try to increase the weight. But there are a lot of options that I just explained, so hopefully you take those things into considerations and use that in your program to get better yet specific results. All right. So again, there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages on each side. So I'm not saying any one is perfect, but there are a lot of ways that you can improve, you can change. So just don't stick to one. Hopefully this video helps you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.